Hi guys, Kirk Norbury here, and today I'm reviewing Stealth Gear's new Ultimate Freedom clothing line. Now, as some of you may know, I'm actually a UK ambassador of Stealth Gear. I've been testing their products for the last 2 years, and they're probably one of the best companies I've worked with. You know, they're completely professional and really work their asses off for nature photographers. A year ago I tested Stealth Gear's other line of clothing known as the Extreme range, and it was brilliant. I tested it for over about 8 months. I took it to Iceland with me, put it in very harsh conditions to see how well the jacket and the trousers worked. If you want to compare the previous review I did on my Stealth Gear clothing, please click the link in the description, and you can then get a sort of feel of what the old range was compared to the new range, and you can really compare them both together. The Ultimate Freedom line comprises of 3 essential parts of clothing. You've got the Condor jacket, the Kingfisher fleece, and the Falcon trousers. As a photographer, I demand high quality gear when I'm in the field. You know, I use professional equipment to get the images I want. Now, I don't want anything failing. I demand my equipment to work in every condition I put it through, and the same thing applies to my clothing. I want my gear to be able to take -40 and then warm weather and work with both, and I don't have to rely on having several types of clothing to get me through any projects I'm working through, and I do believe Stealth Gear deliver that. As a UK ambassador and sponsored by them, I am not biased towards their products. I work with them and help them to improve products for future lines. So I don't go in there thinking, you know, the product is awesome as soon as I get it. I'll think of like, I'm testing it. I want to see what I can do to this jacket and push it to the next level, so I can talk to them and see what, you know, in real life situations, what jackets need, the clothing needs, and waterproof, windproof, and all that. So today you're not going to be hearing a biased review, and I've never given a biased review in any of my videos. At the moment I'm in the beautiful Ayrshire. This is where I live in southwest Scotland, and this is Greenland Castle, which is just about 10 minutes from where I live. It's a beautiful location, and whenever there's a gorgeous sunset and I'm at home in my office, this is one of the first places I come to because it's literally just a few minutes down the road. Now, the first piece of clothing I'm going to go through is the Condor jacket / vest. Now, this is the new and improved jacket they've made, and what they've done is they've made it very lightweight and removed quite a few things from the previous jacket, which I think is brilliant. It's the last jacket was more made for like carrying lenses in the pockets, and they've kind of got rid of that, which is good because I used it a few times. Sometimes when I just wanted to carry a camera lens and an extra lens in my pocket, but I don't do that very often now. I have so much gear, and I usually take most of it with me. So what they've done is they've made it very lightweight and removed quite a lot of the pockets, so this sort of slimline look, which I think is really good. And one of the first things I noticed when picking the jacket up was how light it was. Now, a few people in the past said to me how the older jacket was quite heavy for them and it was quite a bit bulky. Well, that's no longer the case with this one. This one is very light, it's well streamlined, and it's just a brilliant design. Now, I said it's a vest. It actually has a zip going along here. It's completely waterproof with a really well designed YKK zippers. So it just goes around there, and basically all you do is just unzip it, and you can take the sleeves off. So if you want to keep the jacket on to keep your chest warm, but it's quite warm where you want more ventilation. So if you're doing long hikes but you want to keep the jacket on, that would be a brilliant time to do that. And I'll show you taking that off in a few minutes. The Condor jacket features 5 pockets, 3 on the outside, so you've got 2 main pockets here, keep your hands nice and warm. You've also got 1 sort of breast pocket here. Great, so it's a little small inside pocket, great for putting an iPhone or keys. And then you've got 2 pockets on the inside. Again, you can put like a notepad, a piece of paper, pens, anything, little bits of crap you carry around with you. The jacket is completely waterproof and windproof, and even the seams have been taped to help durability, and so no water can soak through. The repellent on here is brilliant. I've had this in really wet weather. The summer we've had a bit of everything at the moment. We've had wind, rain, God knows everything, and really hot weather as well. And a few days we did have some really heavy rain, which I used this, and the water you just have those beautiful droplets hit and they just slowly drip off, and it just looks great instead of soaking into your jacket. On the sleeve you've got Velcro to tighten the cuff, so you can right tight around your wrist. You've also got Velcro on the zip here as well, so it's great to close it down, and you've also got a press stud at the bottom, which is just there. So this is the jacket without the sleeves on. I've taken both of them off, and it's just a simple zip that goes around the seam. It does leave a small hole underneath, but really water's never going to get there. Now I love the idea of having this. It's very easy to do, and once you've got it off, you've got more air to your arms. On a hot day, it's quite windy today at the beach. There's a slight chill in the breeze, but it is quite warm today, and today is a sort of day where I would have it like this. And you can see the fleece comes through, and you'd think, well, you know, if you take that off, it rains. Is it going to be waterproof? Yes, it is, because the fleece underneath is waterproof, and you've got this really durable layer from the top of the fleece, and it's just brilliant. I find having the jacket as a vest as well, it means you get 2 jackets for the price of one. The sort of idea that if you could use this all year round, even in the summer, in the highest temperatures, and there's chances of rain and it's windy, like a day like today, I could use the jacket like this, and I think that's a really huge benefit to this jacket. One thing I hated with the old jacket, and I said this and I was completely honest, was the hood. I hated it. It was a press stud, and Velcro hoods should be banned. You know, I hate them. They pull off too easily. You can pick them up and it just pulls off. You can snag it on a branch and it just pulls off, and I hated it. This one is zipped in, so you can see here it's completely zipped in, and it's brilliant. It doesn't come off at all, and you can easily take it off. Like I said earlier, the hood has been redesigned completely, and I absolutely love it. As you can see on the back, it's completely zipped in, and it's all connected here, and it's got a little cover that covers it and keeps it from the rain onto the zip, so the rain comes down here and goes along the back instead of going in through the zip. They've also added a cap along here, so on rainy days it helps to stop the rain from hitting your face, and it just covers it down a bit. It's very windy today, as you can tell, but you've also got the press studs on here, which keeps the hood in place, especially on days like this. So, just there like that. I find that quite handy to have. It's really windy, so this is probably messing my mic up. So it's definitely a really good design with the hood. I think it's 10 times better than the previous one. I'm now going to talk about the Falcon trousers, which again are very lightweight, fully waterproof and windproof, and very durable. Once again, they've redesigned these trousers, so they're very durable and they work a lot better for photographers, but just people in general. The trousers feature 6 pockets. You've got the 2 standard sort of pockets. You've got 2 on the sides, 2 large pockets which you could put things in, and then you've also got 2 smaller zippable pockets on the back side. Again, just like the jacket, the seams are all waterproofed. They've improved their zippers, which are a lot more durable and don't let any water come through. One thing they've kept from the older range is the knee pads, which just go into here, and so it's just a zip on the side. With the older one, it was Velcro, and I think the zip is a lot better. I've taken mine out, as sometimes I prefer them without them. It just gives a bit more movability with my legs, but they are really good when you're in conditions where you're going to be on your knees quite a bit. So if I'm at a waterfall and I have to put my knee on a rock and things like that, or I'm at a beach like this, and you know, you don't want your knees to get cold too quickly. and it's quite handy having those fat foam pads there. These trousers are a lot lighter. Again, with the jacket, I noticed it as soon as I picked them up, and it seems that they're a lot thinner as well, and I prefer that. If you have lighter trousers that are thinner, it gives you more room to have an underlayer on, so you've got the long like long john sort of things on underwear, where it keeps your legs insulated, and it means if it is too hot you can wear them as well. But if you add insulation to the trousers already, it sometimes makes it awkward on hot days, where these trousers are really breathable. I find I walked up the Cairngorm summit in these, at no point were my legs overheating or feeling quite warm, because it was about 28-29 degrees that day when we walked up there, and I found that these trousers worked really well. And I used a fleece as well. It was just basically a fleece, a t-shirt and the trousers, and they were brilliant. It was bloody hot that day. The trousers worked really great in those conditions. So we now move on to the Kingfisher fleece. In the previous one I didn't have the fleece, I just had the trousers and the jacket. So this is new to me. But what I love about this fleece is it's completely waterproof and windproof. Now, most times when you buy fleeces, they're not waterproof, they're just a sort of an insulating layer. But what I love about this one is it's completely waterproof. They've taped the seams so it doesn't let any water soak through. Again, it's the great zippers, really good YKK zippers, and they've redone the press studs as well. What I love about this jacket is on the arms, it's a different type of material. Most of the jacket has this sort of wool, sort of cotton sort of feel, and it's very soft, it's good, it's a nice feel. But on the arms it's this more durable material, which I think is brilliant, because if you're on you're photographing wildlife or landscapes and you're on the ground, you're having to get low, you're having to get your elbows into the soil or the ground and the rocks, you want a stronger durable feel, which you'll get with the jacket as well. But if it's a hot day and you want to wear just this, you know that this is a stronger material that's not going to rip as easily, it's not going to snag, and it's going to last a lot longer. It's also got some elasticated cuffs. It's quite nice, so it stops the wind from going through into your arms, and it's also got a nice collar as well. With the Kingfisher fleece you get 3 pockets. You get the 2 main pockets here, and you also get a breast pocket up here. So I've retreated back to my office. As you could tell, the wind was pretty bad. I actually did film my conclusion in the Greenham Castle, but the sound just didn't come out well, and I apologise for the sound. It was hit and miss at times with the quality. Even though I had my Zoom H1 audio recorder on, it just still picked up quite a bit of the wind. So in conclusion of my review, I really truly believe that this new range from Stealth Gear is their best yet. They've really listened to the photographers who reviewed their gear in the past, and listened to their customers, and made a new range that really benefits everyone. It's the quality is 10 times better. The design is a lot more sleeker. They've really, made it a bit more minimal, but it's gained more. Sometimes less is better, and I find that this range has that. The quality of the material is a lot better. It just seems like they've improved everything. I especially like the jacket. It's really good. The last one I found was a little heavier than this one. This one they've removed the pockets and removed the abilities to put lenses in your pockets, which I used to do at one point, but now I just don't do it as I carry everything in my bag. I really like the vest of the jacket, so being able to unzip the sleeve and take both of the arms off and just let some air go. So if I'm doing a long walk but I want to keep my jacket on, keep my chest warm, but I can still take the arms off, let a bit of air circulate around my body. The trousers are really good as well. I found them to be a lot lighter again, and the pockets seem a lot better as well. And it also seems a lot tougher as well. I've been using the gear for the last 3 months, and the gear seems really tough. I haven't been gentle with it. I was up in the Cairngorm climbing the mountains, and I've been at waterfalls, beaches, everywhere the last few months. working quite hard, and I've been pushing the gear as much as I can because I don't like gear where I have to restrict myself because I'm worried about it getting ripped. So if I spend a lot of money on clothing and then I'm not climbing all over rocks or crawling in the mud or anything because I'm afraid of what will happen to the gear, then it feels like it's a wasted expense. And with Stealth Gear, I found that, especially in the last few years of using their gear, that hasn't been an issue. You know, I can really push it. I can say, touch wood, that I haven't had any issues with the gear at all. No rips, no leaking, waterproof, anything like that. And I have pushed the gear a lot in the last few years. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this review. Make sure to check out my other Stealth Gear reviews. You can check out their old clothing range, which is still available for sale, and make sure to check out their new one on their website. Also, at this current time, their new gear has a 30% off sale, so just go and check that out. I'm not sure when it finishes, but just go on the shop and see, have a look at it, and it'll tell you on there when the deal ends. But that's a really good deal to start getting those products out to their customers. Thanks for watching, see you later.